Hi, my name's Kevin Haagenson. I'm the general manager here at Grand Tradition Estate and Gardens. I've been here for about 7 years and absolutely love what I do here. It's a blast. Every day it's something different. One day I'm in the gardens looking at landscaping with our grounds manager. The next day I'm in the kitchen working on recipes with the chef. It's always a blast. The family, the owners are the McDougal family. They're great to work for, and I couldn't ask for a better job.
My name is Beverly McDougal, and I'm the founder of the Grand Tradition. We opened the Grand Tradition in 1984, and I would like to introduce my son to you, Don McDougal, who is now the CEO of the Grand Tradition.
My father was in real estate and had a piece of property that didn't know what to do with, and so he showed it to my mother one day, and she thought, gee, this could be a great place to do a special event venue for weddings and receptions. And so the concept of the Grand Tradition began at that time. They began construction in 1983, and in May 1st of 1984 it opened for business and has been in business now over 35 years. My mother was the original inspiration and still continues to give input and is still active and involved in the local community.
I was teaching at the Fallbrook High School in the home ec department, and I would take my students and cater parties, and we found there was nothing in the Fallbrook area for doing that type of venue. I suggested to my husband that maybe with the acreage we had, this would be an ideal place to have an event facility. I talked it over with my husband. He thought it was a great idea, which surprised me. I talked to two different friends who were good friends of ours and asked what they thought of it. They thought it was a great idea, and that was how our venue was started. At that time, there was an old house on the property, and we thought we could possibly remodel the old house, but it was just an old farmhouse and in very poor condition. And when I suggested it, the county said tear it down. It was not suitable for that type of facility. So we tore down the building and had the new building designed, and we started building the building. It took us exactly a year to complete the building, and on May 1st of 1984, we opened with our first event in Fallbrook. A new facility in Fallbrook where we could do special events, community events, and specializing mainly in weddings. And that's how the event started. From that point on, we just grew slightly. Every year a little more. The town backed us, supported us. We took different events in from Christian Women's Club, Rotary Club, Optimist Club, and all the different events in the town. And then also weddings became our specialty at that point. When we were deciding to build the Grand Tradition, we were working on a design on how we could do this. My husband, Earl, wanted it to be a Spanish-type facility, kind of like a Spanish hacienda type facility. I was more romantic, and I wanted it to be more Victorian. We took many vacations, and while we were on vacations, it seemed like we were always looking at Victorian buildings rather than Spanish buildings. And soon my husband conceded that Victorian would be a much better type. And we used some of the designs from the Carlsbad Hotel, where we picked up some of the designs from there. But we traveled mainly up to Los Angeles area, and we found a lovely building that was designed using artifacts that the contractor had brought back from Europe, and he was redeveloping these designs, and so we bought a lot of our fancy scroll works and plastic castings from the company in Los Angeles that was doing a great job of reproducing European designs. And so our building has a lot of that fretwork and designs in the building that we got from a contractor in Los Angeles. When we decided to go with the Victorian, and he was never sorry afterwards that we had picked this particular design. And so he was a great help, and he was I would throw out the ideas, and he was the stable one that would say, yes, it's a good idea, or no, we better do something different. So I had a good partner who was with me every step of the way, and we worked very close together in doing this and designing and coming up. When we first opened the Grand Tradition, it was quite a problem to get started, and it took a lot of hard work to get started. After we were in operation several years and it was going well, we had many people who would come to say, we wanted to do a business like you're doing. What advice would you give me if we were going to do a business like this? And I always said, it looks romantic, it looks exciting, but it's a lot of hard work. What you need to do if you're thinking about going to a business like this, I would suggest that you go to work in a business like this for a year or two before you take on the opportunity, and then you'll know if you're cut out for this type of work or if it is as romantic and as thrilling as you think it will be.
Grand Tradition Estate and Gardens is a premier wedding venue here in Southern California. We've been here for 38 years and we do roughly 300 weddings a year. We are located here in Southern Fallbrook, right off South Mission at 220 Grand Tradition Way. If you'd like to reach our sales team, you can call 760-728-6466 or find us online at grandtradition.com. If you'd like to find us online, you can reach us at our website at grandtradition.com. We're also on Facebook at Grand Tradition Estate and Gardens. You can also find us on Pinterest and Instagram.